The blind stares of a million pairs of eyes, looking hard but won't realize that they will never see the peace.
Hi, I'm Tyler Hawkins. Behind me is our 2000 Firebird. It is probably one of our newest shop cars. This is actually my personal vehicle. This car is a 346 LS1 with a Magnuson supercharger. This car is mainly more of our autocross track day car, but we do take it to the drag strip, we take it, drive it on the street daily. I got this car in 2015, bought the car from one of our local customers, and when I got the car, it was originally a heads cam intake, 346 LS1. Started doing research after my first engine decided to let go on me. I got to looking around, and really, I was doing like any good car guy does and looking for the best bang for your buck. And so when I come across Thompson, I was thinking, hey, these guys got it. I've done a ton of research on them. I finally called up one day, talked to the owner. At the time when I was building the motor, this car was going to be distinctly a drag race straight line car. You could have never told me that I was going to be, in a year, be out there racing between a bunch of cones. In LS Fest of 2016, I rode with Danny Pop and through the autocross course, and I don't know what it was, but it just, something clicked in me, and I said, this is what I got to do. It was more fun to me than the drag race stuff, and I'd always done the drag racing stuff. And when it comes to, that straight line racing, the guys are competitive in it, but what made me click into more of the autocross guys and the road course guys is, yes, when it comes to any of those top-notch drivers, everybody's out there to beat the other guy. That's the way any racer is. But when something happens, all the guys want to pitch in to help out. Anybody that is the true racer, honestly, like Danny Pop, his son Nathan, Al Tucker, any of those guys, when they can help out, they do. That is a big thing, and that was something that I always liked, helping people out. When you're in that drag racing scene, the guys are not like that whatsoever. Everybody's, you're on your own. You're amongst the wolf pack. You're on your own. I finally got the car done, and drove it around in a couple weeks on the setup that it was on, which was 15-inch tire on the rear and a 17-inch in the front. And I just started buying parts, started with UMI suspension, and went and escalated from there and turned into just basically a full track day car now. So I chose UMI suspension. Customer service was the best to me. They were nothing but helpful when I had any questions about whether it was I had a tech question, an install question, I needed something, I needed a part overnighted. They were nothing but helpful to get them to me. I just got their whole catalog when it comes to the 93 to 02 parts, everything front to back. And it was kind of everything their base option. So this car has nothing one-off, nothing super special. This thing's just basically got what you can order straight out of their catalog. The guys over at UMI, they helped me with a couple changes I think we're gonna make this winter. We're gonna do their new road race K-member and their road race A-arms to get a little bit more caster out of the car. But as far as how the suspension's set up now with my alignments, specifications and everything, I'm really pleased with how it is. So I don't plan on making any major changes. Just getting more seat time in the car, learning the car more. Choosing the Bear brakes, it was a big deal for us. We wanted to make sure we had a good big 6-piston brake on the front. We wanted to make sure we had a 4-piston in the rear, something where if in the future I ever wanted to turn it back into a drag car, I could put a 15-inch tire. I don't think that's going to happen at this point, but in the future, just in case. So we kept a Bear SS4 piston caliper in the rear with a 12-inch rotor, and we did their Pro Plus 6-piston with a 14-inch rotor in the front. All the guys over at Bear were excellent in dealing with helping me pick out all the products that I needed, from pad choice, caliper choice, and rotor choice. And when I come to choosing the wheels on this car, I said I always got to thinking, what's a good wheel that will look good on that car? Something that not everybody's going to have. And I'd never seen a set of these wheels on a Fortune F-body, Firebird of all things either. The Camaros, I'd seen them on a little bit more, but nobody, I guess, really thought of them putting them on a Firebird. Firebird had a real rounded body line. The Fixie Profil 5S wheels were a real straight edged line to them. So I said, hey, let's change it up. So I went with the Fixie Profil 5S, 18 by 11s all the way around, and went from there, and they turned out killer on the car. I'm extremely happy with how they turned out. The Magnuson Superchargers, that was always, that thing's always had a close place in my heart, I guess you could say. The first car I ever remember us doing as a shop car was my dad's 1992 green Formula. A lot of people that have known us since we started, they know that car. That car was very iconic for its time. And it had basically what the same thing is on this car. It had the Magnuson MP112. Ever since then, once my dad got rid of that setup, I always told myself I would have a Magnuson Supercharger. The Magnuson Superchargers to me was just more of, that was my bread and butter. That's what I liked, and that's what I wanted to go with. And I figured on the autocross it would do decent, because it's that instant torque where some cars it takes them a minute to get in their power band or power range. I knew that instant torque would be there. I just had to learn how to drive it and how to keep it under control. I can take the car to the drag strip, run really good times with it, and at the same time I can take it to any autocross, track day, and the events that I've been to so far. I mean, the car's hanging in there with you know, some of the more top-end drivers, top-end cars, and the car's really nothing crazy like a lot of these other cars are, so I'm really pleased with how it's doing. A love of cars started practically when I was born. Having Bruce as my father has been nothing but a blessing. I can't thank him and all the guys at the shop enough for all the help they've given me. Just ever since I was a little guy. I mean, they've always been there to back me up. So my knowledge, I'd say, has probably been the most beneficial thing to me working at Hawks, definitely. I would like to say thank you to all of our sponsors. You guys have helped truly make this thing a one-of-a-kind autocross and track day car. Keep your eyes out for this car, as it will be at many events next year. Thank you again to all of my sponsors: UMI Performance Suspension, Bear Brakes, Magnuson Superchargers, Thompson Motorsports, Fixie Wheels, Texas Speed, BF Goodwrench Tires, Sparco, Turn 1, and Niles Artistic Photography. And I would like to give a very special thank you to Hawks Motorsports. Thank you again.